Hello and welcome back to the Fight Universe channel. In today's weekly recap, Sean Strickland agreed for a bout against Valentina Shevchenko. John Kavanagh spills the beans on Conor's comeback and mental hurdles. Shockwaves hit as Ukrainian Khabib suffers a surprising knockout in Bellator. Arman Tsarukyan sets his sights on knocking out Beneil Dariush. Henry Cejudo raises eyebrows questioning Tom Aspinall's response. And to top it all off, we will share our new epic podcast featuring Gilbert Burns that you don't want to miss. Let's start! Sean Strickland recently made controversial comments on social media. In one post, he criticized women's MMA, specifically targeting Paige VanZant and making disparaging remarks about the sport. Paige VanZant said she made more on OnlyFans in 24 hours than she did in the UFC. Let's unpack. 1. You were signed because you're hot. 2. Women's MMA is lame. 3. Men will pay more to see you naked than to watch you fight. Valentina Shevchenko, a prominent female fighter, responded, poking fun at Strickland's earnings in comparison to female fighters. Interesting unpack here. That looks more like an offended kid who got less money in his entire fighter career than female fighters do. Good try. Maybe UFC will see that and add some cash to your purse next time. But for now, naked as you are. Strickland responded, and later deleted, the following message to the 35-year-old Valentina Shevchenko. You look like you learned striking from a YouTube video laughing my ass off, LMAO, female MMA. It's like watching children fight. You only have a job because you know when to put heels on and take off your clothes. Valentina's reply was quick. Looked like you was beaten by a girl in the gym and now you are offended to all women in the world. Poor baby boy. Train harder to not lose to a girl. Despite the contentious exchange, he later reached out to Shevchenko, inviting her to go shooting with him in the future. Just had a 10-round death match. It was glorious, but all the demons are gone and the voices in my head are giving me peace now. Valentina, you're right. You have good head kicks. Next time you're in Vegas, let's go shooting. Have a great day. Continuing the saga, Strickland posted another and so far last comment about Shevchenko just yesterday on X. Who is a worse shot? A woman or a Russian? Who do you think will win in the shooting battle? Share your thoughts in the comments. The most viral knockout of the week goes to Khamzat Chimaev's friend Abubakar Yunusov. Here is the video. Fantastic spinning back elbow leading to a walk-off knockout and the championship belt on the waist. He is currently the Aries League featherweight champion. Who knows, maybe we'll soon see another Chechen prospect in the UFC. For the most part of his career, Conor McGregor has been surrounded by rumors and speculations, especially in the past year. One burning question on everyone's mind is when he'll make his highly anticipated return to the UFC. Disappointingly, despite only recently entering the USADA testing pool a few weeks back, fans eager for the outspoken Irishman's comeback were let down as his much-hoped-for fight didn't materialize this year. According to John Kavanagh, McGregor's longtime coach and head of SBG Ireland, there won't be a headline appearance for McGregor in UFC 300, nor will he even feature on the card. Instead, the most probable scenario points to a July slot during International Fight Week. Kavanagh addressed this matter and shed light on McGregor's mental state in an interview earlier today with Ariel Helwani.
We were hoping for April. That was the hope. That was what we were told. And then now it seems to be the summertime.
Meaning this coming April, not this past April.
Yeah, sorry. This coming April.
Now it seems to be the summertime. Well, I'm worried about the mental health.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I was too. I'm not going to lie. But hearing him today, and he's after finding this great group of training partners, and at least he's doing that. Hey, it's not quite the same as getting to compete in front of a large crowd, but at least he's getting training in, and that's so important. We heard Volk talk about that, keep me busy, I don't want.
Yeah.
So I love to hear that he's training hard with these guys. But yeah, look, and this was what I was saying to him as well. Yeah, okay, it's a knockback if we're hearing it was April, but now it's July, but it's not the end of the world. It is an extra couple of months. It's not great, but hey, you're enjoying your training at the moment. Let's just keep that going.
30-year-old Ukrainian MMA fighter Yaroslav Amosov, who had held the Bellator welterweight championship since 2021, suffered his first career loss at Bellator 301 against 33-year-old Jamaican Jason Jackson. The loss represented a notable setback for the fighter from Ukraine, who had previously dominated his opponents. He employed a similar technique and style to that of the former UFC lightweight champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov, earning him the nickname Ukrainian Khabib within the MMA community. However, the career of the Ukrainian fighter might have the next chapter somewhere else because the future of the Bellator is as uncertain as it gets. Maybe we'll witness the Ukrainian fighter transitioning to another promotion. The same can be said about one of the biggest stars of Bellator, Usman Nurmagomedov. One of the main contenders of the lightweight Grand Prix, Usman Nurmagomedov is suspended for 6 months by World Anti-Doping Commission. Usman Nurmagomedov received a 6-month suspension in California and a $50,000 fine after testing positive for a banned substance. Due to the failed drug test, Nurmagomedov has been removed from the Bellator Lightweight World Grand Prix. However, his title will not be stripped, as clarified by Nurmagomedov's manager, Ali Abdelaziz. The tournament victory against Brent Primus at Bellator 300 has been nullified and marked as a no contest. Abdelaziz explained that Nurmagomedov had been using a prescription medication, which led to the positive test. Otherwise, the suspension duration could have been more extended. Additionally, Abdelaziz mentioned that Nurmagomedov was unaware that the medication contained a banned substance according to the World Anti-Doping Agency Code, which California follows for its list of prohibited drugs. Nurmagomedov was supposed to fight in the $1 million Grand Prix final against Alexander Shabliy. However, it's unclear who will replace him, and will we even see the final of the Bellator Grand Prix at all. There's speculation that Bellator 301 might mark the final event for the promotion, with fighters potentially transitioning to the PFL. Whether the PFL will continue the Grand Prix remains uncertain at this point. Only time will reveal the direction these fighters and tournaments will take in the future. If earlier the news about the deal between PFL and Bellator were only rumors, now they are officially confirmed by the parties. PFL is buying Bellator, so we can only guess about the future of the fighters on the Bellator roster. Simply defeating Beneil Dariush isn't the main goal for Arman Tsarukyan. Scheduled to face Dariush in the UFC on ESPN 52 headliner on December 2nd at Moody Center in Austin, Texas, Tsarukyan views this matchup as an opportunity to make a significant statement. Despite Dariush's standing as a top 5 UFC lightweight, Tsarukyan believes that to position himself in the title picture, he needs to leave a lasting impression.
They gotta expect the best performance from Arman Tsarukyan, the best KO, and yeah, definitely it's gonna be finished. So if I wanna fight for the title, I gotta finish. If I'm gonna win barely, you know, like people gonna talk, well, we gotta knock him out, you just barely win him. What are you talking about? So that's why I gotta perform very well and knock him out. So
every passing year, the lightweight division continues to elevate its level of competition. It's important to remember that Arman had one of the most competitive fights against the current lightweight king, Islam Makhachev, and he stepped into that bout on short notice. With Arman being relatively young, there's potential for him to make a run towards the title in the near future, and again, only time will tell. Henry Cejudo believes that Tom Aspinall's reaction was exaggerated after claiming the interim heavyweight title at UFC 295. Aspinall secured a swift knockout of Sergey Pavlovich in just 69 seconds during last Saturday's co-main event at Madison Square Garden in New York. Following the stoppage, Aspinall became emotional and broke down in tears, a moment that carried significant emotion. However, former two-division UFC champion Cejudo expressed his skepticism about the significance of Aspinall versus Pavlovich for an interim belt and critiqued Aspinall's response.
You know, watching Tom Aspinall win the world title or the interim world title, I mean, he's already celebrating. I mean, it's an interim, Tom. You know, save those tears when you actually win the real bout. You know, like sometimes when I see people like that they just get too emotional after an interim bout, it seems like, yeah, you got a trophy, but it's like they might as well dip that thing in either silver or bronze because it's not the real thing. And I mean that with all due respect. Now, sometimes I wonder, I as a competitor, I start to think of their mentalities of what is it that makes them, you know, like has he thought that he's reached the pinnacle of the world? And I'm not picking on you, Tom, but I'm just saying, dude, like, save those tears when you actually become and you actually own the undisputed title.
Last week, our podcast hosted one of the best welterweights in the world, Gilbert Burns. We discussed many things, but one of the most vivid moments was related to his fight against Khamzat Chimaev.
I remember with the Khamzat fight.
I think if you had the second,
remember the Khamzat fight. I got a couple seconds, but remember when it hurt him? What did I do? I tried to kick him. I was in the war mood. At that moment, I want to kill him. I don't want to just win. I literally want to kill the guy.
I think...
No. I want to kill the guy. and then I tried to soccer kick, right? And I miss, right? I was very close, I miss. When I miss, I was very mad because I miss.
Really?
I was like, man, why did I miss? I'm supposed to kill this guy now. Really? And I was very mad that I missed. But if I landed DQ, I lost.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I want to kill him.
The link to the full version of the podcast will be in the description. Check it out. That was it for this week's MMA recap. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you do not want to miss the new videos. See you.